It was one of those rare summers when my parents finally left the house unattended. They were the type who hovered like sentinels, always tidying, always present. I was 17, still in my childhood home, and their weekend getaway felt like a gift from the universe. I invited MJ, my girlfriend then, over for what I imagined would be uninterrupted freedom. MJ had a spark of mischief that could ignite anything. When she spotted the heated pool shimmering in the backyard under the night sky, her eyes gleamed. "Skinny dip," she whispered, her grin daring me to say no. I hesitated, the neighbors' houses loomed too close, but she wore me down with that infectious enthusiasm. We'd swum together before, but never like this. I was the good kid, the polite one, always playing it safe. Yet there we were, shedding our clothes, slipping into the warm water as laughter echoed off the tiles. The cool summer air kissed our skin, and for a moment, it was pure magic, romantic, surreal, our own private world. The pool backed right up to the living room's massive bay windows. With the house lights blazing inside and darkness cloaking the yard, it was like peering into an illuminated dollhouse, every room exposed, every corner inviting. It made me feel tethered, safe even in our naked vulnerability. Then MJ started chatting, something trivial, lost to memory now, and I glanced up at the windows. My blood turned to ice. There, on the far living room wall, a shadow flickered. Faint but unmistakable, it stretched and shifted like a silhouette detaching from the light. I watched, paralyzed, as it glided out of view, deeper into the house. My heart hammered. An intruder. Here. Now. I didn't scream. I couldn't scare her. "We need to get out," I whispered, voice barely audible over the water's lap. MJ's playfulness vanished, she sensed the terror in my eyes and followed without question. We scrambled out, dripping and exposed, grabbing towels as I scanned the dark yard. "Hide in the pool house," I told her. "Kill the light. Stay silent until I come back." She nodded, slipping inside like a ghost. I crept to the back door, easing it open with trembling hands. The kitchen was dim, unchanged at first glance. But I armed myself, a knife from the cutting board, and prowled forward. Subtle violations greeted me, a dining chair tugged out, as if someone had paused to sit, a picture frame askew on the wall, a coffee mug on the counter, steam long gone, that I'd never used. No burglar wastes time on this. It felt personal. Intimate. Panic clawed at me. Was it a thief? Or something worse, watching us from the shadows? I checked every ground floor room, empty. Doors locked, windows sealed. No entry point. If they'd been here, where were they hiding? My bravado crumbled. I called the police. They swept the house and yard efficiently but found nothing. No forced entry, no footprints in the soft earth. "You probably spooked them," one officer said. I nodded, unconvinced. As they left, the night pressed in heavier. MJ and I barricaded ourselves in my room, too shaken to leave, too trapped to relax. At 4 a.m., floorboards creaked overhead. Not imagination, deliberate steps, pacing, then descending the stairs. Footfalls, soft but insistent, heading for escape. Adrenaline surged, I snatched the knife and bolted downstairs. The front door yawned open, a black maw into the night. Whoever it was had vanished. I locked up, returned to bed, but sleep was a lie. Morning revealed the truth, every kitchen knife gone. Not just stolen, all of them. Cash, watches, gadgets too, but the blades? That was a message, carved in absence. My parents returned understanding but distant. I downplayed it, claiming it barely fazed me. Truth is, it lingers. How did they enter? Where did they hide during the search? Some riddles haunt forever. Last year, during Rowan's Holly Bash, the campus's electric spring blowout, our mini Coachella, I learned that crowds don't always mean safety. Rides whirled on Holly Bush Green, food trucks sizzled, and a surprise headliner thumped bass across the historic lawn. As a sophomore, I partied late into the night, weaving through the suburban calm of Glassboro. At 2 a.m., the streets felt harmless, the air buzzing with post-festival haze. I didn't know about the earlier chaos, a pack of masked figures, 10, maybe more, banging on dorm doors, pedaling bikes like specters through the dark. Whispers of it lit up social media, but I was oblivious, stumbling from a friend's place toward Chestnut Hall alone. Swiping in, I headed for the stairs when the lounge caught my eye. Someone sat there, unnaturally still. College dorms never sleep, so I shrugged, until details sharpened. A full black ski mask cloaked his face. No words, no movement, just silent vigil. I froze at the lounge's edge, brain scrambling. Why the mask? What was he waiting for? He lunged off the couch, pivoting toward me in a blur. Instinct screamed. I sprinted down the hall, barricading myself in a bathroom. Heart slamming, I waited, 5 minutes, 10, until silence blanketed the floor. Cracking the door, the hall was empty. Relief? Or trap? I edged out, aiming for the far exit. Then he reappeared, masked, perched in the lounge like a predator, bike propped against the jammed door, a chair wedged to block easy passage. My keychain pepper spray trembled in my fist. I didn't brandish it, just held it visible, a fragile shield. Passing him felt eternal, his stare bored through the fabric, savoring my fear. He didn't move, didn't speak. It was deliberate, a performance in terror. I burst outside, gulping night air. Halfway to Magnolia Hall, bikes whirred behind me. 3 more masked riders flanked me, close, too close, heckling with muffled laughs, words lost in the wind. Harmless? Maybe. But one waved what looked like a gun, real, airsoft, who knows? The glint chilled me deeper than their jeers. I ignored them, legs burning, until I reached safety and texted a friend to escort me back. No police that night, I wasn't hurt, just rattled. Morning brought confession to my mom, who reported it. Friends texted similar tales, masked groups, drawn weapons. Campus cops mobilized, rumors swirled, local kids pranking, or outsiders slipping in. The guns gnaw at me most. Armed strangers in my dorm, my home. I haven't walked alone at night since .2 summers back, dating Amanda, I hosted, unwittingly, the night that shattered illusions. She was a camp counselor in the city, a 25-minute haul from her affluent suburb. Her family's mansion screamed old money, sprawling yard, 3 stories, endless rooms. Parents perpetually absent, their bond more corporate merger than warmth, narcissism veiled in civility. When the counselors picked her place for their end-of-summer bash, it felt inevitable. The party erupted, dozens crammed inside, spilling into the yard with laughter and bass. Vibe was electric, guests mostly chill. Except Pete. Loud, cocky, he orbited Amanda like a shark, flirting shamelessly. Jealousy simmered, I trusted her, mostly, but her flirtations were a raw nerve. No scene, instead, I played host. refilled his drinks, matched his banter. My Irish-Mexican blood lets me drink like a sponge. He didn't stand a chance. By midnight, he slumped in the basement, drooling oblivion. Amanda called me out. I confessed with a shrug. Petty win, but the night soured. Needing air, I stepped to the driveway, stars mocking the indoor chaos. A figure stood at the property's edge, statue still in the street lamp's haze. Liquid courage pushed me closer. Hey, need help? I called, firm but friendly. He stepped forward, male, featureless in shadow. No reply. Instead, parents home? The tone slithered, knowing. He repeated it, naming them. Alarm bells wailed. I lied, yeah, inside, hoping to bluff him off. He nodded, okay, and melted into the dark, not to a car, but down the street like smoke. I shook it off, retreating to the basement's ping-pong game, quieter, away from the upstairs crowd. Then the doorbell chimed. Odd, Amanda had routed everyone to the back, no bell there. Subconscious prickled. Upstairs, I found her passed out in her room, sober me, the reluctant guardian. I dimmed her light, eased the door shut. At the front, Bella, slurring drunk, gibbered about an old guy, family friend, returning something. My gut twisted. You let him in? She shrugged, vanishing into the fray. Upstairs in her parents' room, drawers yawning empty, jewelry boxes gutted, closet ravaged. Heat struck fast. I turned to leave, then the mirror betrayed him. A flicker, a duck behind me. He tackled before I spun, slamming breath from my lungs. Clawing hands tore at my shirt, panic-fueled strength shoved him free. He bolted, diving through an open window onto the roof with a thud, vanishing into the side yard's gloom. I didn't pursue. Police came at my call, dispersing the party with local familiarity, no arrests, just exodus. I roused Pete, shoved him into an Uber amid his vomit. Morning, Amanda confessed to her folks. Fury, but no cops, no cameras, no point. How did he know they were gone? A acquaintance, casing the void? That night peeled back Amanda's layers, indifferent, reckless. Red flags I ignored. Hindsight is 20/20, but some shadows blur the view forever.